Are you struggling with the CPA exam because your course failed to fit your learning style? I'm Darius Clark of I-75 CPA Review, where the right teacher makes all the difference. All right, let's look at group and component auditor. In a group audit, a group auditor will examine much of the financial information, but a component auditor will also do a portion of the work. So we're essentially going to be relying on another auditor for some of this group audit work. Now, a component may be a subsidiary, a joint venture, or equity method investee, and in a group audit, a component auditor will be asked to examine the subsidiary, or the joint venture, or the equity method investee. Because in a group audit, a component auditor audits one or more investees or subsidiaries, and what we wind up with is reliance on another auditor whenever there's a group audit. So there's some terms here that you got to get down, like group audit, group auditor, component auditor, a component. So let's try this question. In a group audit, a component auditor could be asked to examine which of the following? A, equity method investee, sure. B, a joint venture, yes. C, one or more subsidiaries, absolutely. So the answer would be D, all of these, because in a group audit, a component auditor could be asked to examine any or all of these, while the group auditor would be more likely to examine the parent company. So we'll go with letter D, since in a group audit, the component auditor could be asked to examine any or all of the above, while the group auditor would be more likely to examine the parent company. All right, in a group audit where a component auditor does a portion of the work, there's still only going to be one audit report issued on the group financial statements, and it will be issued by the group auditor. And only the group auditor will sign the audit report on the group financial statements. So what are group financial statements? Since we just got finished saying that there'll only be one audit report on the group financial statements. Well, group financial statements include the financial statements of more than one component. So we could be talking about a large company and a couple of equity method investees, or a parent company and one or more subsidiaries, or a large company and a joint venture that it has ownership in. This would be considered group financial statements. And there'll always be a group engagement partner. This is the big chief. This is the individual responsible for the group engagement and for determining materiality levels. Let's talk about materiality levels in a group audit. Component materiality should be lower than materiality for the group financial statements as a whole. So if you're auditing a component, your materiality levels for that component will be lower than the materiality for the group financial statements as a whole. Why? Well, the purpose would be to reduce the risk that the sum of uncorrected and undetected misstatements in the group financial statements is greater than materiality for the group statements as a whole. And who's responsible for setting materiality levels? The group engagement partner. The group engagement partner is responsible for obtaining sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the financial information of the components and to express an opinion as to whether the group financial statements are prepared in accordance with the framework. The group engagement partner needs to communicate clearly with component auditors. The group engagement partner determines whether to refer to the work of the component auditor in the auditor's report on the group financial statements. And on a CPA exam, this might be the only thing they ask you with regard to group audits, is whether the group engagement partner refers to the work of the component auditor in the auditor's report on the group financial statements. Or if you don't refer to the component auditor, then you take responsibility for what the component auditor did. Remember, what we said is only going to be one audit report on the group financial statements. And in that audit report, we're either going to refer to the component auditor or we're not going to refer. Let's try this. In a group audit, which of the following is correct regarding the group engagement partner? A, decides whether to allow the component auditor to sign the audit report on the group financial statements? No. The audit report on the group financial statements will only be signed by the group auditor, will not be signed by the component auditor. A is wrong. B, must refer to the component auditor in the audit report. No. No, the group engagement partner does not have to refer to the component auditor in the audit report. That's optional. The group auditor might refer to the component auditor in the audit report, but doesn't have to. C, may not refer to the component auditor in the audit report. No, we said it's optional whether or not to refer to the component auditor in the one and only audit report for the group financial statements. So A, B, and C are out. It must be D. Letter D, the group engagement partner sets materiality levels for the group engagement. D is correct. All right, let's take a closer look at the component auditor. We said the component auditor performs work on a component, a portion of the entity, or a subsidiary, and that audit will be used as evidence for the group audit. A component auditor is often an unrelated audit firm, but doesn't have to be unrelated. A component auditor could be part of the group engagement partner's firm. And the component auditor could also be part of a network affiliated audit firm. So while we think of a component auditor often as being involved in some other CPA firm, they could be, they usually are, but on the exam, the component auditor is often unrelated, but doesn't have to be. The component auditor could be related to the group auditor within the same firm or even possibly through a network affiliated firm. So this question, in a group audit, a component auditor could be A, affiliated with the group auditor through a network. Yes. B, an unrelated audit firm. Yes. Part of the group engagement's firm. Yes, any of these. So please know, in a group audit, a component auditor could be affiliated with the group auditor through a network, or be an unrelated audit firm, or be part of the group engagement's firm. How about this? In a group audit of financial statements, which of the following is a responsibility of the group engagement partner? And if you think you know, leave me the answer in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button because it helps the channel out a lot. And if you need any more help with audit reporting or any part of the CPA audit exam, go to cpaexamtutoring.com. Get yourself on I-75, where the right teacher makes all the difference.